Thousands of business owners are told the same thing. Post consistently and the sales will follow. They do it. They post every day, but nothing meaningful happens. The problem isn't consistency. The problem is what most business owners think the content is supposed to do. Remember, people love buying, but they hate being sold to. And when you treat your content like their ads, you train people to ignore you. So, if your content isn't supposed to sell, why do it at all? Here's the part that most business owners never hear. Social media isn't a billboard. It's not a sales funnel either. It's more like a public memory system. When people scroll, they're not shopping. They're not comparing prices. They're usually relaxed, killing time, and forming quick impressions about the people and the brands that come across their feed. And every time you show up, you leave behind a signal that says who you are, how competent you are, and whether you're worth paying attention to. That's it. Therefore, if you are a business owner, your social media posts aren't just content, they're evidence. Evidence that you exist, that you know what you're doing, and that you're worth doing business with. This is why posting consistently alone is not enough, because reputation does not come from random posts. It comes when the market can clearly label you. Think about how you remember some random businesses in your own area. You don't remember their slogans, but you do remember the role they played in your life. A realtor who actually explains things. A gym where trainers are obsessed with injury prevention. A restaurant you trust with a special occasion. That's not branding fluff. That's how human memory works. The brain simplifies everything. And if it can't label you easily, it doesn't remember you at all. Think of your content like relationships. If you're dating with no specific intention, you'll get a lot of one-night stands, but nothing serious. Posting without a strategy works exactly the same way. You get a few likes, maybe a comment, then it's gone. Nothing compounds because nothing connects. That's why posting more alone doesn't fix anything. You can be consistent and still be forgettable. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Consistency doesn't create value. It amplifies whatever you already are. If your content has no role, no promise, no clear angle, posting every day just amplifies noise. Remember, 0 times 100 is still a 0. So the real first question you should ask yourself isn't, what do I post today? It's, what should people learn about me every time I show up on their feed? Because people don't buy from businesses with best deals. They buy from the businesses that feel familiar, safe, competent, and easy to work with. That's what content is actually for. Not to close the sale today, but to make the sale obvious when the time is right. And this is where most business owners get stuck. They treat content like ads. Every post has call to action. Every post has a pitch. Every post is trying to sell something. And to be fair, ads work. But ads have a different system. They are designed to work at once. Social content is designed to work over time. When someone scrolls their feed, they're not in buying mode. They're relaxed, they're entertained, they're passing time. And ads interrupt that experience, which creates resistance. When you treat content like ads, two things happen immediately. First, people feel the pressure. You've probably felt it yourself. You see a post and think, oh, this creator wants something from me, and you scroll by. Not because the offer is bad or the product is bad, but because it was too early. The second thing that happens is even more dangerous. You train the algorithm to bring you the wrong audience. The algorithm's job is simple: to generate more revenue for their platform by figuring out who will engage with your post. So if the only people engaging are other business owners, your own employees, maybe personal friends of the brand, or worse, discount hunters, that's who algorithm learns to bring to you. Not buyers, not decision makers, not future customers, just people who are likely to engage. And here's an important truth most business owners miss: you don't need massive reach. If you're a local salon, a lawyer, a realtor, a dentist, your total addressable audience might be only a few thousand people. So you don't need a million views. You need the right few hundred people to recognize you again and again and again in the right context. Because sales don't come from exposure alone. They come when your name feels familiar and trustworthy. Pitching doesn't build familiarity, it builds avoidance. So when business owners say, "Oh, content doesn't work for my business," what they usually mean is, "I tried selling to people who didn't trust me." That is not a content problem, that's a sequencing problem. And until that sequence is fixed, no amount of posting, better hooks, or higher production quality will make content convert reliably. Which brings us to the real shift. Stop trying to sell something with your content. Instead, use it to condition the market to see you in the right way. Not emotionally, not manipulatively, but structurally. Every time someone sees you, they should leave knowing at least one more thing more about you: who you are, what you're good at, or why you're different from other alternatives. That's it. But you can't achieve all of that in a single post. Content works in layers. There are three of them. First, awareness. Do people recognize you when you show up? Do they know what category to put you in? If they don't recognize you, it's over. Nothing else matters. Second, trust. Do they understand your value? Do they believe you're competent? Trust isn't built by saying "trust me," it's built by showing high standards again and again. Only after these two layers exist does the third layer work: action. Here's the important part you need to remember: not every post is supposed to convert, but every post is supposed to position. Some posts exist to be remembered. Some posts exist to demonstrate competence. Some exist to answer unspoken fears and questions. Together, they do something powerful. They make your business feel easy to choose. So when the moment comes, when someone finally needs what you offer, you are not a stranger. You are the obvious choice. That's what effective content does. And once you see it this way, everything changes. Because now content has a job, and it's not to close the sale. Its job is to build recognition, earn trust, and make every future sale easier and cheaper. That's the difference between posting more and building something that actually compounds. If this helped clarify how social media works, subscribe. This channel is about using content to grow your business, not chase vanity metrics. But if you need help fixing this right now, shoot us an email. We'll take a good look and tell you how can we help.